afternoon. Dwayne here, Dry Creek Wrangler School. I haven't put a video out in a while, but Tom and I were up here. We're back in Wyoming, up in the Bighorns. We're meeting some fellows up here for several days of camping and riding. Tom and I are in early setting up camp. And when I'm at camp, when there's trees and stuff, and I'm in the back country, my favorite way to secure my horses is with a high line. When they bring them horses up, they're going to run a fence out there, and that works. Picket line, I've used a picket line, but I like a high line. Now there's some tips here if you haven't done this before. Now this high line, if you look up here, if Tom will show that up here, you can see that red. This comes as a kit. Now I'm not sponsored, I just bought this. I like to use it. This is Tree Saver, it's webbing. The ring goes through, then you tie your rope off. Then the rope goes all the way down. You have the same thing on the other end. Now, what we have here is these rings go in here, and they don't tie. You don't tie them in, so you can loosen this rope and move everything. But what you want to do, 2 or 3 things. You want to separate your first horse from the tree. You notice we got quite a bit of trees in here. And I've got trees that are closer, but we're going to have 4 horses tied up in here before we're done. So you want to make sure you got enough space in between trees that you can move off of that first tree, okay, and put your first horse there. And then you want plenty of room between each horse, and then plenty of room on the other end. You want to make sure you've got no tanglement here for their feet. Now these guys, they're just standing here. We've got them tied up enough. Quigley there can pull that down and snatch some of that high grass if he wants. Peso's just standing here. They ate really good this morning, so they're not hungry. And so I brought them in, tie him up. We have him tied enough so he can just hang his head at a natural height and be comfortable without pulling on the rope. And Quigley's gonna pull on the rope. But that's natural. Now we're gonna be up here. That high line's going to be on that tree for 3 or 4 days. So I'll come out here about every day. We'll take that other end down there and I'll tighten it up a little more. But it is the way to do it, in my opinion. It's my favorite. It's the most secure way to keep your horses at camp. And we've got hay here. We're up in National Forest, so you have to bring in certified weed-free hay. There's some grazing, but there's not a lot of grazing. So what we'll do at night is we'll bring some hay out and put it at their feet, and they can get their head down enough to get the hay, but they're not going to tangle with each other. They're not going to get in trouble. Okay? So something to keep in mind. Thinking about going in the back country, just one of the ways of doing it. And it's starting to rain again. It rained last night for a while. We came out, Tom and I, we basically got our camp set up, which means my duffel bag's thrown on the ground and his is over under a tarp, and that's camp. So I think what we're going to do now, everybody else isn't going to get out here tomorrow. The horses are secured for now, and so I'm not going to try to build a fire in the rain. I'm just going to find one of these nice spruce trees and sit down underneath it with a cup of coffee and a cigar and just enjoy the quiet of the mountains. And that's what we come out here for. And I'll tell you more later about what we're actually up here for. We're up here with Matson too. I'll just go ahead and throw this in while I'm on it. At Ease Horsemanship. This is our first annual. This is kind of a dry run. Our first annual one of these. And it's for military and first responders with PTSD. And so it's kind of a therapy for them. And so the guys are coming out. We sit around the camp. We camp for 3 days, and every day we go out and we ride through the mountains and come back to camp. So this is us kind of working the kinks out, figuring what works and what doesn't for next year. And so if you want to know more about that, go over to, and I don't have the links, but if you look for At Ease Horsemanship, he's on Facebook and they're on Instagram, and find out more about it. I really strongly support what they're doing, and so I want to help them. Are you happy? Huh? What do they call that when you come up in the camera behind somebody? But it's great, okay? So anyhow, there's a short video. Hadn't done one in a while, and I'll be doing more content while we're out here. So be on the lookout for it. And we'll catch you guys next time.